Okay, so today I'm going to talk to you again about one of my favorite subjects, which is shamanic journeys, astral projections, those kinds of things. By the way, before I go any further, if this is of interest to you, if you're interested in learning how to connect to the spiritual realm on multiple levels, I've been doing this my whole life, and I've learned from masters of multiple traditions. I'm not just some guy on YouTube who's experimenting because I watched some YouTube videos and I've astral projected. Okay, I actually have experience in this stuff. These links are here for you. Make use of them. Please don't comment or email me and say, how do I learn how to put some time and effort? You know, if you want to be good at this kind of stuff, you're going to have to put effort into it. You can start by actually following the links here. These are all here for you to use. This bottom one, qigong.thunderwizard.com, is going to be the most important for you. I'll explain to you why that's absolutely necessary. If you don't have what I talk about and what I teach in this link, you won't be able to astral project or shamanic journey. Some people have this ability naturally. If you are not one of those people, you definitely need that link. Okay, we'll talk about that. Also, hit the subscribe button and the bell button so you know whenever I upload a video. So I've got recently a comment from one of my Patreon subscribers, thunderwizard.com, if you want to become a Patreon subscriber, and was asking about astral projection. So I get this a lot, and so it's good to revisit it. I do have a few videos, some of them at length, where I talk about what's important about this, but first off, you need to understand that astral projection is real. And to be honest, I got to be honest with you, I hate that word, astral projection. It's just so new agey, and so listen, it's just a fancy word for saying a shamanic journey. And just because you've had a spiritual experience where you think you've astral projected, maybe you did, maybe you didn't, ultimately it doesn't really matter. What really matters is, what can you do with it? So let's say you astral project, and whatever it is you think you happened, when you're back in your physical body, what are you going to do with that? Does it give you the ability to intend your reality? Bear in mind, you have to take a look at why you want to have an astral projection experience. Why do you want to have shamanic journeys? Do you want to do it because you want to experience another reality? Do you want to do it because you want to escape the bonds of the physical body? Do you want to do it so you can connect to the power of the universe? Do you want to do it so you can communicate with other entities? Why do you want to do it? There are people who do it naturally. And the reason that they do it naturally is because they've mastered it in previous lifetimes, and they still have a karmic duty to astral project. See, one of the main issues that, listen, and I'm no different than anybody else. So if I'm going to be critical of people, it's because I myself did those same things. I'm not judging you. I know I've been there. Look at the color of the hair on my beard. All of my hair I used to have long hair, by the way, and it used to be jet black. So this is the color of where I'm going. It means I've been around for a while. In fact, I'm going to be 56 in 2 days. Happy birthday to me. So you need to understand, first off, what are your desires for doing this? And if you're doing it because you want to escape, be honest about that. Are you wanting to astral project because you have challenges in your life right now? You don't like your life. You feel powerless in your life. You're in pain. You have emotional issues. You know, usually you see a lot of young people, people in their teens and 20s who want to astral project. and they want to astral project for a bunch of reasons, but one of them is because this is a challenging period of their life. They're just becoming adults. They're going to be responsible for themselves. They may have a bunch of childhood issues. They may be, if they're teenagers, they may be trapped at home. Maybe they're still in their 20s. They're still trapped at home with their parents, and their parents are abusive, and they're not getting anywhere, and they don't have any money, and they don't have any prospects, and they want to escape. So they want to astral project for the same reason that people want to, smoke weed and drop acid and whatever it is that the kids are doing these days. I know, because I was there. I remember what it's like. So I'm telling you right off the bat, if that is your intention, first off, you need to own that. Own that intention. Don't try and spiritualize the fact that you want to escape. I can tell people want to escape when they start talking about astral projection of being about escaping the bonds of the physical body. I already know right there you want to escape. And that in of itself is going to cause you some conflict, because if you really want to have powerful, true spiritual experiences through astral projection or shamanic journeys, you're going to have to get emotionally mature. You're going to have to deal with your issues. You're going to have to be able to sit in your own skin and be comfortable in your own skin. The other thing you need to understand is that if you really have been called to do this, it's because you have a karmic destiny to do it, which means that you are here to help. So I've talked about this before, but I'll talk about it again. I just recently had a conversation with an individual who was asking about it, and I didn't communicate properly because this person was saying, as many do, that they haven't been able to be successful as having astral projection, which, again, I hate that word, a shamanic journey. They haven't been successful doing that, and my response was, because you don't have a strong enough intention. And their response was, well, my intention is I want to prove it, and so that's not what I mean by intention. Wanting to prove it, or wanting to prove to the world that there is a spiritual reality, to help people escape from their bonds, that is not what I mean by intention. What I mean by intention is, what is your intention in that journey? Like, is your intention just, can I have a spiritual experience? It's not strong enough. So we have to go back in time. The people who discovered this science, call it shamanic journey. People who discovered this science were our ancestors, and they did it because they needed it for their physical survival. That is hugely different from somebody who wants to escape their emotional difficulties or their challenges in life. You're wanting to escape reality. What they wanted was to be able to survive their physical body. They went on astral projection, shamanic journeys, so that they could gain knowledge and information so that they could physically survive. Your need for physical survival is the strongest intention that you have. If you're wanting to escape, if you have suicidal thoughts, if you want to escape your pain, you will not have a strong enough intention, because the universe isn't set up for that. The universe is not a video game for you to just, it is a video game, but it's not there for you to have some altered experience so that you can feel better. It's not what it's there for. In fact, true shamanic journeying can be very challenging, can be very difficult, can freak you out. It's not, if you're closing your eyes and meditating and going off and having a journey, and it's really easy, and you have I got people that, they don't end up working with me for very long, but people claim to have had these journeys where they went and talked to aliens, and they fought aliens for this, the soul of humanity. And that is your own unconscious. That is not a true out-of-body experience. That may feel like an out-of-body experience, but so does dropping acid. So does taking any kind of hallucinogen. Hallucinogens, when done in the proper perspective with the guidance of a true shamanic master, that will allow you to have an experience. But Just because you took a power plant or you had a dream or you felt like you went out of body, it doesn't mean you went anywhere other than in your own unconscious. Just like when you dream, there are three main types of dreams that you have when you sleep. Now, I'm one of these people, I remember my dreams. A lot of people don't. I always remember my dreams. I have very intense dreams all the time. But there are three main types of dreams. There is the dream of your desires. So you may dream that you're with, if you're like me, you're going to dream that you married some supermodel and had the greatest sex of your life, and that's your desire. That's what you want. So you dream about what you want. Nightmares. You dream about being attacked by demons. You dream about, whatever it is. That is your fear. These are all in your unconscious mind. It just means you went into your unconscious mind, which is not out there, and you had an experience which felt real, and you woke up and you thought you had an experience. The third kind of dream is an actual out of a lucid dream. So bear in mind, a lucid dream is no different than a shamanic experience or astral traveling. It's no different. The question is, do you know the difference between your own unconscious projection and an actual out-of-body experience? If you say categorically that you know the difference, I don't believe you. Because if you truly understand the power of the unconscious mind, the best that you can say is, I had an experience which felt real, but I don't know if it was my own unconscious projection or not. Now, just because you had an experience in your unconscious mind doesn't mean it wasn't valuable. I go to my unconscious mind, I travel to my unconscious mind all the time, and I learn all kinds of things when I'm there, because your unconscious mind does have a connection to the outside, but you can't tell whether or not you're having a real experience. So if you want to master astral projection, shamanic journeying, the first thing you need to be aware of is you have to be able to acknowledge and experience and heal your own emotional issues, your fears, your obsessions. If you're honest with yourself and you say, the reason I want to astral travel is because I hate my life and I want to feel better and I want to have another experience, you haven't mastered your emotional reality. When you go to a real yogi, by the way, yoga is not just what you see on street corners with people stretching. That is not yoga. Yoga means union. If you go to a real yogi, you go to a real master yogi. Yogi meant wizard. It didn't mean somebody who could bend their leg around their head. It's not what a yogi was. A yogi was a wizard. If you went to India and you found a real yogi, and you went and you said, I want to learn union, I want to learn yoga, they would say, oh, great. And they would start teaching you these physical postures. And they would teach you physical postures and they would teach you meditation so that you would learn the discipline. Because if you do true yoga, you're going to be having to deal with the discipline of being in a posture or doing a meditation while all of your feelings come up. And they're going to keep you at that level for perhaps years. This is why so many people from the West went to India and came back and started creating these yoga studios, because that's the farthest they got, was they learned how to stretch and touch their toes, and maybe they got limber, and the yogi saw these people haven't mastered their emotional reality yet. So they didn't start teaching them the deep meditation or the deep mantras or the deep rituals or the true tantra. Tantra has nothing to do with sex. It means technique, the ritual techniques to bring the gods down. And it's all about experiencing your own internal experience of yourself. So you say you want to astral project? Why? I'm talking this way, when people want to ask me about how do I astral project, how do I shamanic journey, they're disappointed with my response, because most of the time I say, don't waste your time with that. I've done it. I'm somebody who's trained with people who had abilities far beyond those of mortal men. There was a point in time when I was practicing some very deep powerful energetic practices, and I had powers. I don't know if I still have them or not because I don't care about them. I haven't been practicing those things for years. And I could touch people and crazy things would happen, or I'd be able to touch you and know what was going on, and visions and the, I had power where I had power, like real power. And here's what I learned: it means nothing. It's no different than going to the gym and taking steroids and becoming, the next Mr. Olympia. You have big muscles, big deal. You're just a human still. What I learned with many of those people who had those kinds of powers is that they were emotionally very immature. In fact, some of the most immature people I've ever met. Very unhappy, very abusive. Now, there are people with powers who aren't abusive, who are good people, who are good teachers. But the true one they'll try and talk you out of it. If they're going to teach you some technique or power that's going to give you some kind of special, they're going to have to see something in you that says this person is destined for this. So I have taught people how to experience the power of the universe. Qigong.thunderwizard.com. If you're my follower and you want power and you want to be able to go to the other realms and really have true shamanic journeys, really have true astral projection, go there. It's the most powerful energy practice I know of. I don't know of any other practice that's publicly taught that is that powerful. And you will find out very quickly if you are escaping or if you have a destiny for this. If you are escaping your reality, what's going to happen real quick when you do that is that you will start to run into a lot of your feelings and you will not want to continue with the practice. And that's how you know you weren't really having a shamanic experience. What doesn't mean you weren't having a real experience? You're having a real experience of your own desires or your own fears. And you can learn a lot from those. Okay? So I do teach all kinds of methods, but here's what you need to understand. The spiritual life, if you are a human being, you have to understand that your becoming a human being is not something that happened randomly. People who want to escape this world, who want to escape the matrix, who want to escape their reality, do not understand the tremendous privilege they have been given to be a human being. The gods look down and wish they could be human because they know the power. I get chills thinking about it. Your whole body, your 7 chakras, your 3 energy centers, your 3 minds are tools through which you can accomplish things of power that cannot be accomplished if you're a spirit. So, one of the things that this guy said was that people, claim they can astral project and act like a ghost, go into somebody's house and act like a ghost. Congratulations, but can you take that and then come back into your body and intend your reality? Can you bend reality to your will? Because that is your destiny. Your destiny is to be a God walking on this earth, manifesting. Your third eye is a lens through which you can manifest reality. Your 3 selves, your third eye, your navel center, your heart center, are power zones through which you can affect reality. If you've slipped out of your body and you're flipping around as a ghost, you have 0 power over your physical reality. It's a state of weakness. I know people who have done for years and years and years, that's all they do is they just go and they astral travel, and they have 0 ability to accomplish anything in their lives. So they keep having to astral travel to get this feeling of power. But it's meaningless. Look, when you're dead, you will have plenty of time to astral travel. Okay? You will have an eternity to astral travel. The whole point of being human is to be able to gain power in the physical realm while you're in your human form. That I can help you with. That's what everything I do will teach you to do. But the first step is you've got to tap into the true essence of the power of the universe, and that you do through qigong.thunderwizard.com. Okay? So those are some of my thoughts about astral traveling and shamanic journeys. I wish people would stop using the word astral travel because it sounds like some new age thing that a bunch of teenagers are throwing around thinking they know something. Hey man, I had this astral travel experience. Big effing deal. Means nothing. Can you come into your life and decide your reality? Can you manifest the finances that you need, the health that you need, the strength that you need? Can you determine exactly what it is you want out of reality and make it happen? If you can do that, you have my respect, whether you astral travel or not. If your astral traveling gives you the ability to come back into your body and do that, then I respect it. But if it's just an experience, it means nothing. And in fact, it tells me that you are running away from yourself. Okay? It takes guts to be a human being, which is why your soul came here to incarnate as a human being. Your soul came to incarnate as a human being and experience reality as a human being because it wanted to have a real challenging true experience where they could really gain power. You know, people who go to the gym and lift weights, they push against the hard weights so that they can get stronger. They climb mountains because they want to overcome their challenges, their limitations. If you want to overcome your limitations, don't escape. Stay in the body, but use all of these chakras. Use your three selves. Use your third eye, your heart center, your navel center as energy cauldrons so that you can be this kind of a master shaman who can, with his power, summon all kinds of things. I mean, you can summon the power of gods and spirits. You can become a god or a spirit walking. Just the fact that you're here, I'm telling you, every entity out there that's not in the physical body that looks at you goes, that right there is a powerful being. Now you have the experience that you're slugging along as a human being, but that's because your spirit, your infinite spirit, has taken on this challenge. So don't try to escape your physical body. Understand that the tools of your physical body, your chakras, your three selves are powerful tools. Like a wand, you know, the wizard's wand. The wand is a symbol of the human body. But you can't do it if you don't have any energy. If you feel trapped in your physical body, it's because you don't have the energy to use your body to experience and create and manifest. First thing I recommend is qigong.thunderwizard.com. Okay? All right, that's it for me today. I am going to go out and enjoy this. Look at that. That's the house I'm living in right now. That is the view right out there, straight in that direction. That is the view out of my... Here, should I show it to you? First, we got to get rid of this guy here. Let's see. I don't know if you can see it. It might be too bright out there, but there it is. That's where I live, man. I did that because I learned how to manifest and create, take my desires and my intentions and manifest them into reality. That's what you want to learn, not to escape. All right, that's it for me. Again, all of those links are there for you to use. Please don't email me and say, well, where can I find your book? When did you write your first book? Did you bother looking at any of my stuff? Where can I get an astrology reading? How can I get in contact with you? Thunderwizard.com. All right, that's it for me. Talk to you guys later.